What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Monday, new week, new goals, new opportunities. Hey, new chances to kick the crap out of the books, betting hoops. Hey, last night we smashed our NBA Player of the Day with the Indiana Pacers. We had them plus 11.5, but I also told you here on this same Jam Session, hey, I think them boys may go beat them Celtics outright. That's exactly what they did, man. Shout out to the Indiana Pacers, man. Shout out them boys. I'm telling y'all, them Pacers, I think they're back. I think a couple of our teams from last year may be back here soon. We'll talk about it here in a second, man. Money making Monday. I'm ready to kick the crap out of the books and do what we do, which is make money betting hoops. Not a huge card today, but some meat on the bone. I'll talk you guys through my thoughts, my opinions, and why I see it, how I see it. No graphics today, man. Last day, no graphics, man. Actually, tomorrow might be the last day, no graphics. We'll start the year off fresh. We'll start the new year off on the right foot. That's what I'll do. We'll start it off on the right foot. We'll bring the props back. I got a surprise coming for y'all starting that day as well. So, start of the new year, man. New year, new Jay. Back to the original. Everything will be back to normal. But today, we're just trying to make some money, man. We're just trying to make some money betting hoops. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's do exactly that. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. On that NBA Play of the Day, we have hit 24 of our last 37. We're 24-12-1 last 37, so you can scoop up that play today. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about today's action, man. Let's cook it up. First game on the board, we got the Charlotte Hornets at home with your Chicago Bulls rolling in. Bulls laying 4.5 in this spot. I'm leaning towards the Hornets plus the points in my back pocket. Just to play on the spot, play on the situation. Bulls laying points on the road. Don't necessarily love that. I know the Hornets still slightly banged up, but bounce back spot at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Sign me up. The Bulls, they won the meeting earlier this month on the 13th in Chicago, 109-95. I think Charlotte has a legitimate chance to win this one outright tonight. I want the points in my back pocket, and I kind of want to attack some plus money here with the Charlotte Hornets. We keep it rolling. We got the New York Knicks laying 12.5 points on the Washington Wizards. Hey, we just saw these boys play the other day. Wizards, low-key should have won that basketball game. If you watched it, then you know the Wizards should have low-key won that game. The Knicks prevailed, came back, won it in the end, in overtime. But I don't know. I don't know if I just want to turn around and lay 12.5 with the Knicks. Actually, I know for damn sure I don't want to. It's still Jay versus the Knicks. I'm on the Washington Wizards plus the points in this one. I like the way the Wizards have played over the last week or so. The Wizards are actually playing, I know this is going to sound crazy to some of y'all, good basketball, decent basketball. Some of the best basketball I've seen this team play in the last 2 seasons is what I'll say about the Wizards right now currently. And it also falls into one of my favorite spots and situations. Bounce back spot at home that also happens to be a double quick revenge spot. Oh my God, that's like 3 spots in one. Bounce back spot at home that also happens to be a double revenge spot that's also a quick revenge spot. I'm on the Wizards plus the points in this one. Knicks are balling. Knicks are playing well. But it wouldn't shock the hell out of me if we just got the exact same game we got the other night. This game reminds me eerie similar to Celtics Pacers. You know, Pacers just came sizable double-digit underdogs and beat them outright in the quick revenge spot. It would not shock the hell out of me if the Wizards did the same. I'll grab the 12.5 points in my back pocket here with Washington. Knicks, overrated, overvalued. Not saying they're not a good team, just overrated, overvalued. We got the Los Angeles Clippers laying 4.5 points on the New Orleans Pelicans. Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet. Probably my least favorite game on the card tonight. Pelicans are on the DNB, though. The Pelicans were the number 1 team on the DNB. They're no longer currently the number 1 team on the Do Not Bet list. They're the number 2 team on the do not bet list right now. Currently, there's a team that has surpassed them. Clippers, they've been okay this season in the spots that I've bet them. If you're an OG here, then you know over the last couple seasons, for me, it's just been an outright fuck the Clippers. It's no longer that. The reason it was fuck the Clippers those last couple seasons is because this team was tremendously overrated and overvalued. That's not the case this year. They're properly rated, properly valued in majority of their games. And we've bet the Clippers in certain spots and situations. Forced to play this game, I would take the Clippers in this spot. I hate looking in the direction of the Pelicans. The Pelicans have been better recently, though. ATS at home. Still don't know if I trust them in this style situation. So give me a small lean here towards the Clippers, the better basketball team, playing the better basketball. Have been solid this season, laying points on the road. I know they haven't done it that many times, but in the situations that they have, they did cash. I think they do it again tonight. Give me the Clippers laying the points here in this one. We keep it rolling. We head over to Utah, where the Jazz are 6.5-point home dogs with the Denver Chicken Nuggets rolling in. In the intro, I told you, there's a couple teams from last year that were money-making machines for us, cash cows, that just haven't been playing at that same tendency they were a year ago. One of those teams were the Pacers. The other team is the Utah Jazz. Man, we made a ton of money betting the Utah Jazz last season at home. This far this season, man, these boys have not shown that ability. I got a gut feeling about this one tonight, though. I'm on the Utah Jazz plus the points. It's a play on the spot, play on the situation. I don't trust the Nuggets laying this many points on the road. Basically, we need the Nuggets to win by 3 possessions or 2 possessions. Not necessarily in love with that, with the Nuggets on the road. It's also a double revenge game. Bounce back game at home that happens to be a double revenge game. That's the spot here for Utah. I still trust Utah in Utah, man. And I think they're about to turn the corner, at least for a stretch, and return to that money-making home machine that they were from a year ago. I like the spot, double revenge spot. I don't like laying points with the Nuggets on the road. Just to play in the situation for me here. Give me Utah. Hopefully, they show some signs and tendencies of the team they were last year at home, a money-making machine. I'm on the Jazz, plus the points in that one. We keep it rolling. We head over to Golden State, where the Warriors, 4.5-point home dogs with the Cleveland Cavaliers rolling in. The Cavs, them boys balling, man. There's really nothing bad to say about Cleveland. Right now, they have the best record in the NBA, and they also are the best money-making team in the NBA, the number 1 ATS team right now currently. Fading Cleveland isn't fun. For majority of the season, my stance on Cleveland has been, unless I have a clear and concise reason to fade them, I'm really not interested in doing so. Well, tonight, I think I have a pretty clear reason to do so. This is a revenge game at home at the crib for the Warriors. The Cleveland Cavs did beat them earlier this season, back in November on the 8th. Final score is 136-117 in that basketball game. Tonight, I think the Warriors get their revenge. I'm on the Warriors plus the points and outright money line. What it boils down to me for in this game is I've seen Stephen Curry and this Warriors team beat the greatest Cleveland Cavs teams in history. I saw Curry go toe-to-toe with Cleveland when Cleveland had LeGoat, LeBron. Happy birthday, LeBron, by the way. Shout out to the GOAT, man. Happy birthday. 40th. Oh, my God. But I saw Curry dethrone those Cavs teams. When you look in the history books for Cleveland and you look at the word nemesis, the face Steph Curry pops up. I don't know what it is about him and balling on Cleveland, but he absolutely loves doing it. I know I took it on the chin the other night, taking the Nuggets outright money line in Denver with the Cavs rolling in. The Cavs went in there and pretty much dominated the entire game. And I know the Warriors have had major troubles and issues over the last month. They started the season off balling, then recently they haven't been that same team. But I got a gut feeling tonight's the night, man. They come out and with a huge win at home, at the crib, going into the new year. Stephen Curry style game. I like the way they played in that last game, how they closed it out. I think this is a Curry night, man. I do. I think he does it to Cleveland yet again. Gut feeling play, just to play on the situation, play on the spot. I'm on the Warriors in the revenge spot at home, at the crib, plus the points and outright. On the money line, last and final game of the night, we got the Philadelphia 76ers out on the road facing the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm sorry, this is not the last game. We got one more. We got the Portland Trail Blazers laying 6.5 points on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are laying 6.5 on the Blazers. My bad, Brody. I'm on the Blazers. Y'all knew that, though. Philadelphia, I don't trust them. Overrated, overvalued. This is still one of the worst teams in the league. These two teams are separated by one game in the win column, 2 games in the loss column, but yet one team is laying 6.5 points on the road. I'm just believing the Sixers to be who their record tells me they are or who their ATS numbers tell me they are. What almost all the numbers tell me they are, which is a bottom-tier Eastern Conference team right now currently. But the books are still pricing them on the daily like one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Cross-country, laying 6.5 points on the road with Philadelphia is not their spot. It's not their situation. This Blazers team is scrappy. This Blazers team has heart. This Blazers team shows up. And getting this many points in my back pocket with them in this situation, especially against an overrated, overvalued team like Philadelphia that's been underperforming all season long, sign me up here on the Portland Trail Blazers plus the points. Last and final game of the night. We got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, out on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. Kings, 3.5-point home favorites in this one. Now look, the reason my Mavs are 3.5-point road dogs in this game is because my Mavs come into this game severely banged up. A, the Mavs are missing their best player, Luka Doncic. B, they're missing 2 crucial role pieces to suspension. PJ Washington will not play in this game because he pushed Yusuf Nurkic down, and Najee Marshall missed this game because he punched Yusuf Nurkic in that game. So those are 2 players missing due to suspension, 2 key role players for this team. Look at the Mavs' record with PJ Washington on the floor and PJ Washington off the floor. It's kind of astonishing how crucial of a role piece he is to my Mavs. And then last but not least, Derek Lively, our second-year player, our motor, our get-up-and-down guy, throw-a-lob guy, our anchor on the backside. He's still questionable. Game-time decision. Could play, may not play. Keep an eye on that as the day progresses. He's game-time decision. That's why the Mavs are 3.5-point dogs in this one. They're banged up. They're missing a lot of guys. With that being said, I told you guys earlier, the Pelicans were the number 1 team on the do not bet list. They are no longer that. The number 1 team on the do not bet list is the Sacramento Kings. This team is ass. This team is terrible. This team cannot do anything right. And I'm just going to continue to fade them until they show us a pulse, is really ultimately what it boils down to. Just when you think Sacramento's going to do something, they never do it. They are not doing it. They lost 4 straight home games to the Lakers, twice, the Pacers, and Detroit. Then they got beat up by the Lakers again. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Sacramento right now. They fired their coach, who just won Coach of the Year, who just took them to the playoffs, a franchise that hasn't done anything my entire lifetime. They made some questionable offseason moves. All their guys are trying to get to the bucket, trying to shoot mid-ranges. This is not the 80s anymore. You have to shoot threes. But nobody shoots threes. Fox don't shoot threes. Sabonis doesn't shoot threes. DeRozan doesn't shoot threes. It's just a bad roster construction, in my opinion. And it's simple math. Teams are shooting threes. They taking twos. Threes are worth more than twos. They lose basketball games. It's ultimately all it boils down to. Fade the Sacramento Kings with expectations. This team is free falling, and the Mavs have been one of the best ATS road teams over the last 2 seasons. I'm on the Mavs plus the points and outright money line here in our last and final game of the night, man. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Money Making Monday, ladies and gentlemen, last one of the year. Let's close it off on the right foot. Sorry for no graphics again. I'll bring the graphics back starting on the 1st, and we'll keep it going. We'll just be back on regular schedule program, and I'll bring props back as well. Again, I got something special cooking up for y'all that y'all need to be on the lookout for as well. You can scoop up my NBA Player of the Day. We did cash that yesterday with the Indiana Pacers. We've hit 24 of 37 on that NBA Player of the Day, so just looking to keep the momentum rolling forward there. You can hop on something long term. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with your guy. We're finna get on a hot streak here soon, man. And I'm finna get my schedule down packed to where we're just back to rolling. You feel me? Back to rolling. We still had a profitable season, but it hasn't been the magical season like last year. We're going to pick that up here soon. If you're rocking with me, rock with me, man. I appreciate you more than you know. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.